Love y'all, boys. Love you. Love you. I go to war with every single one of you, every fucking game, all right? Love you, 1-7. Here we go. 1 on 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights. I am your host, Mikey. This is my boy, Tommy. How you doing, brother?
Hey, Mikey. That was like your very first time that you
my daughter brought me something right as it kicked off. Completely threw me off. I was like reaching for it as I was doing the intro.
You know, it took me back to our very first time.
When hashtag days. Yeah.
When
she brought me something and handed it to me like as it went off. I'm like, of course.
Deer in the headlight.
Yep.
That's great. But anyways, yes, happy Friday to you. Happy Friday, Bills Mafia.
It's not like I haven't done this 300 times, right?
Yeah. Hi, everyone.
What am I doing here again? It's mini camp, right? It's time to shake off the rust.
Yes.
What's
Rookie mini camp. You know, hey, listen, it's Friday, right? Friday's here, and I hope everybody had a good week. And yes, rookie mini camp started today. Keon Coleman, obviously, is the story of the day. You know, his first day working with Joe Brady a lot. He did a lot of one-on-ones with Joe Brady, which is great to see. That means Joe Brady's getting him up to date on what he expects him to, you know, do and what he wants from Keon Coleman this season. But yeah, man, I'm truly excited to see these rookies get going in mini camp, and then obviously when real camp starts to hit, when Josh gets on the field with these rookies. But right now, it's awesome to see, man. It's awesome to see all these guys get to it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Also, I don't know if you saw it in the clips today. Ray Davis looks smooth, brother, out of the backfield.
Did I tell you?
He looks so smooth coming out of the backfield.
I told you, listen, man, Ray Davis is one of my spotlight guys that I'll probably be doing it. Like Ray Davis, I think is going to be one of those surprising pickups for us that nobody's really talking about. And I think also Solomon, man, I'm telling, there's certain guys in this draft. I think this is the most, and I didn't really, it's so weird. I thought the draft was underwhelming, but now I'm like getting more excited the more that I see and watch these guys film and just seeing their potential and what they could do. I think they all bring something unique to the table, and I love it, man. I'm even loving the pickups and free agency. Like, I don't know what maybe because football is almost right around the corner. I'm just starting to finally feel it again. But we were talking about Chase Claypool right before we went on.
Yeah.
And at first we were like, Chase Claypool, it can't, but I don't know anymore about that. I don't know about just the camp body, maybe not making. Listen, if he can humble himself, if he can get out of that it's about me mode, he has the potential, guys. And I know a lot of you guys will be like, oh, fuck Chase Claypool, garbage. He's not garbage. He has the tools. He showed you his rookie year. He showed you his second season.
Year.
The guy has it, man.
It's in there.
It's
just a matter of unlocking it.
Is that, well, yeah, and being humbling himself. Yeah. Stop making it about you. You know what I mean? Because, listen, guess who our coach is? Sean McDermott. And Sean McDermott is just like Mike Tomlin. They are from the same coaching tree, right? Like, they are buddies. Like, he ain't going to accept that bullshit that Chase Claypool pulled in Pittsburgh, and he didn't. That's why he got shipped off. So trust me, he better not pull that or he won't be on the team. You know what I mean? But if he humbles himself, who knows? Who knows how good this guy could be on this offense? My only thing is this, though. Let's say he does humble himself. Let's say he goes back to like his rookie year and really just takes off. Let's just say I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but let's just say I'm doing a hypothetical. Well, then the Bills have to. Then they got to figure out what they're going to do, right? Because now you got, let's say he has a good season. Let's say 1,000. Let's say hypothetically, I'm just hypothetical, close to 1,000. Let's say he's 800, something like that. What do you do? Because he's only a 1-year deal, right? Do you think he has to? Because he's still young, Mikey. Do you want to keep him on the team, sign him for, or do you want to be? Or you're looking at the past and going, we can give him the contract, and then he turns back into.
Let's see what it looks like this year, and then we'll figure
No, I was just throwing the hypothetical. The hypothetical is always good to throw out, but it is interesting to see what he can do. And I will say this for Chase Claypool, this will be his last opportunity in the NFL, in my opinion. If he can't make this team or he acts out or whatever happens, he'll be in the UFL or Canadian Football League. You know what I mean? He was this close to CFL. Mikey did.
I mean, look at this. As UFL says, he ran a 4.464. Shorter ran at 4.55. Keon ran it at 4.61, and really he's like a 4.457 when he reran it. So you know he has different types of speed.
Absolutely.
To bring that over. He has the ability. We've seen it in him. It's a matter of bringing it out consistently and getting better with his routes. That's the big one.
Yep.
I wanted to hit on what UFL said here because I think this goes into what you were talking about, Tommy, as you were feeling about, all of the signings we had. He's like, I was thinking our roster's better than last year. Then I wonder, do I only think that because I know the results of last year? I don't know we have the name sake that we had last year. We had the Poyer, we had the White, we had all those old accolades, Floyd, those type of guys. I think we might be deeper this year.
Yeah,
with a bunch of young guys who are hungry.
And I question that, and I always tell people, but was it better? Like, let's really if you really dive into it. Okay, Stefon Diggs, right? He was our all-pro, big time receiver. He was our second to Josh Allen, pretty much, right? Let's just say that, right? But what did he really do down the stretch? And this team was one of the hottest teams, the Buffalo Bills, going into the playoffs. Let's be real. With Stefon Diggs not really contributing to the team. Then you had players like Jordan Poyer, who was often hurt. Not like you had a lot of guys, the big name guys that left that weren't really huge contributors. It was a lot of just a total team effort, especially on offense. So, like, I feel like, we lost some names, but those names weren't really like these big contributions last year, especially down the stretch.
It's been multiple years since they were those all pros.
Right. That's my point. So, like, yes, there is a question mark because, yes, we have a lot of young talent going into the season. And I guess that is the question mark, right? But I like the young talent that we brought in. I still think also that we have enough veterans where it's not just all young guys. Like, oh, man, like the whole defensive side of the room is all rookies and we're like starting from scratch. We still got some veteran leadership in Milano still back there, and Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones, right? Taylor Rapp's not a rookie anymore. Like, we have guys that are leaders still back in the. And then you got Sean McDermott, who's even though we don't care for him too much, he's a defensive-minded head coach that is going to get these young guys up to speed. And then on the offensive side of the ball, once again, we really only got one rookie receiver. And Keon Coleman, the rest are guys have been in this league. So, like, I'm not overly concerned about our offense. Offensive line still pretty good. We'll see what happens at center. So, as long as we have Josh Allen at center, under center, man, like we'll be fine, bro. Like I really believe we'll be fine, and I think Joe Brady is going to get this offense clicking, man.
I don't disagree with that at all. Then you look at okay, let's look. So we lost Floyd. Who'd we bring in? We brought in Smoot. We lost Floyd and Lawson as DNs, right? Really, Floyd and Lawson. We brought in Smoot, Solomon as his replacement, and might actually see a healthier version of Vaughn. So we'll see.
We still and that's another thing I think people don't talk about as much.
Yeah,
we don't know yet what Vaughn will bring to the table. Yeah. I think Bill's Mafia is almost expecting the worst just because of what they saw last year. But it's kind of unfair. I'll be honest with you, because guys, like an ACL is no joke. Like he was not going. Like if for anyone, by the way, I hope this is a lesson learned for anyone coming off of ACL. If you think a player is going to just bounce back and just be that guy, it's very.
Peterson ruined it for everybody.
Right.
He was the anomaly. He's not the standard.
Well, he's just a different. He's like he's like RoboCop. He must have like.
Well, I mean, Vaughn bounced back the first time he had it, but he was also younger.
Way younger. So I that's why I said pump the brakes on the whole terrible signing. Like let's see what he does this year. And if he doesn't bounce back, then it is what it is. He just couldn't bounce back from that injury because of his age.
Okay.
Those are just the facts. But I'm not ready to say he can't contribute in 2024. So we'll find out.
So when we look at the DNs, right, we'll say maybe a slightly step down DNs because you lost Floyd. Maybe. Okay. I think Smoot's an upgrade over Lawson. And you don't know what Solomon is yet. He could be like Floyd. We don't know.
We have no idea yet.
We have no idea. So we'll just say, push to a step down. Our interior defensive line, we lost Settle. We lost Phillips. We replaced them with Austin Johnson and Dwayne Carter. And then we also grabbed, who was it? Deshaun Williams as well. All productive, multiple pros. I think we're deeper this year than we were last year on our interior defensive line.
I agree with that big time. And I also think Dwayne Carter I think he was in college 5 years, I believe, or 6 or something like that. Team captain pretty much every year he was with Duke. That guy is a beast, bro. That guy is a veteran already. Did you I don't know if you watched the Buffalo Bills, like they had that special on the rookie system. That dude came in a suit. Like that dude, he acts like he's been in the league. Like I love that. That's kind of like how Khalil Shakir was for me. Like he spoke well, man. Like he's been there before. Like he's been in the league a couple years already, and I love that. Like I just feel like. And by the way, his film is unbelievable. Like Carter's going to be a good player. Like is he going to be a stud? I don't know, but rotation wise, I think he's a perfect pickup and a leader. I think he could be a leader as well.
I love the fit. What I like is we have legit 3 techs, 1 techs now. Austin Johnson is a legit backup 1 tech. We haven't had that, really. You know what I mean? We tried to fit Poona Ford into that. It didn't work. We brought in Lindell Joseph late in last year that filled in, and really he filled in because we lost Daquan Jones. So having those legit 1 tech, 3 tech backups is a big help. Dan comes in and says this could be the most explosive offense the Bills have yet, with 2-4-3 guys in the middle and 2-6-4 guys on the outside that can jump over people.
Yeah,
it's gonna be so odd. I saw someone say something up here about it was Jason saying the rumors around it and then possibly cutting Knox. They can't cut Knox this year. Maybe he redid his contract. I don't think financially there is the ability to cut him. I mean, I guess they could extend people to get rid of him like they did Diggs, but I doubt that's going to be the case.
I think
he's with us for 2 more years.
Yeah.
Because they're going to run a lot of 2 tight end sets. Why would we get rid of our second tight end?
And our best blocking tight end. I just can't like Dalton Kincaid, for as good as he is, he's not he's not terrible, but he's not a good blocking tight end. That's not we knew that. We knew that when we drafted him. So no, getting rid of Doug. And by the way, it sucks that we're overpaying him, obviously, but he did redo his deal.
And brought his number down.
brought his number down. So I just feel like, he has chemistry with Josh as well. He knows the offense. Like Joe Brady, he's just well respected. I just don't think he's going anywhere.
He's not a problem in the locker room, and that's
right.
what
This isn't a Diggs issue. Exactly.
And that's why they let him go.
He just has to. My thing with Knox is the only thing with him is, man, it's like, dude, what year is Knox going? 4 or year 5? Right,
6?
Dude. It's Knox, the mistakes and the injuries too. I gotta say, the injuries pile up every year on this guy. He's never been through a season, I don't think, without an injury. Right, he's always missing time.
Yeah. UFL Cleveland says, who's Travis Clayton? Travis Clayton is the former rugby guy that we took in the 7th round. He's the international pathway guy. So he's just the extra guy. He's learning football, but he's 6'6", 6'7", 300 pounds. Run, is just crazy athletic. They're teaching him how to play.
Yeah, the chance of him making the team is slim.
No, but he doesn't count. He doesn't.
But he doesn't count. Yeah, exactly. He's the same situation as
Christian Wade.
So I'm just saying, the chances of him playing at all this year is slim. You might see him in preseason, Christian Wade. You know what I mean? But I don't think he's gonna be on the roster. Is what I'm saying. For the year.
Dan, I'm with you. I love the fact that Brady has the full offseason to figure out what he wants to do. I think we're gonna play to the opponent too. I don't think it's just gonna be one type of offense, like we have been doing. I think we're gonna dictate to the defenses this year. If they don't have the ability to stop the run, we're gonna go 12 personnel and we're gonna bring the pain to them. If they're really gonna stop the run when they can't cover, we're gonna spread them out and go 5 wide and throw it on them. We have that ability now.
Right.
We don't have that top name in the wide receiver room with Diggs gone and Davis gone, but Shakir stepped up. We brought in Coleman. We brought in KJ Handler. We brought in Mac Hollins. We brought I think we're deeper this year than we were last year. We just don't have that alpha guy.
Absolutely, we are. We're deeper and we're younger guys. People don't talk about that either. You have to get younger in time. You can't keep throwing run it back. It's good for a little while until it's not so good, until your veterans start getting injuries every year because they're getting up there in age or start slowing down a little bit. And that's what happened. That's what happened to Micah Hyde. That's what happened to Jordan Poyer. They just, age was creeping up on them. Eventually you have to change and you have to get younger. And that's what the draft's all about, man. So, the safety, though, I will say that the safety room is a little interesting to me this year. We'll see. I still am not 100% comfortable with Rapp starting, but we'll find out how that works out.
Our rookie's going to start.
Exactly. So
it could be Edwards and Bishop.
It absolutely could be. So we'll see what happens with that. But then you're talking about a young guy. But that's another point that I'm glad you point that out. Edwards is a veteran. Rapp is so. Even if Bishop does wind up starting, he's next to a guy that's a veteran. It's not 2 young guys in the back there. Got like Miami with the 2. I mean, not Miami, Lions.
Yeah.
Right. Because I listen to Detroit radio all the time. Caller made a great point with them. They got 2 young corners. They got a solid team, but really their question mark is going to be their corners because they don't have any veteran solid corner there. Those guys aren't. And corners generally out of the draft, unless you're Sauce Gardner, aren't year 1 studs. So I'm just throwing that out there. So we don't have that. We've
seen more and more of them through the years. Tyreek Woolen was a stud walking out,
but not 2.
No, you don't normally have 2 rookies that walk in and are studs. Right. I'll give you that. Because Philadelphia's going through that same thing where they drafted 2. Mitchell and the Iowa kid Cooper.
Yeah.
So Cooper DeJean, right?
We got what? Benford's going on year
3.
4? 3? Year 3. Okay. And then obviously Russell Douglas is been in the league a little bit. Yep, and he's only a 1-year contract. So it goes back to what Bill Spears talking about here. Feeling good about Elam.
have to remember, Elam's only 23 years old.
Yeah,
he's younger than most of these draft picks that just came in.
Right.
So we'll see and they obviously feel good enough about him going into this year.
Still keep him.
Well, not only they keep him, but he's CB3. We don't know who CB4 is, and we didn't draft anybody to take his spot.
Yeah, that is true.
With Dane walking out the door, now Kaiir is now that CB3. If someone gets hurt, he's the one that comes in.
Right. Yeah.
So,
yep.
Sophia, Travis Clayton returning kicks as a org back would be terrifying. You must see. Yeah, 6'7", 300-pound guy returning kicks. That'd be awesome. Mikey, how many people are currently on the roster as of today? I think we have 87 or 88 was what I heard. I'm not 100% positive.
Well, I know we picked up a lacrosse players for camps.
Ooh, tryouts. They were tryouts today.
Tryouts. Sorry. Yeah,
I would imagine they'll have 90 after the tryout today.
Yeah.
And then if we add anybody that, after June 1, one of these guys that tried out today will be released. I would imagine we're going to have 90 after today.
Mm-hmm.
But going into today, before we signed the 12 undrafted free agents and brought all those tryout guys in, I think we had like 88.
Okay.
Or something like that. Or with the 12. But But it's one of those things. Hey, boys, football's back. Oh, God, Beth, it's so back. I'm excited. I mean, I got excited about guys running around with just helmets on, not really touching each other.
I know.
Just because they was something. Give me something,
I can't watch that UFL, man. I can't watch it. It's so bad, bro. I tried. God knows I tried. I can't. It's so bad, Mikey. It's so bad. I need the NFL and college football back.
Yeah. This one's a great one from Joey. Do you think there's a chance that we would trade Hamlin? I just don't see it. I don't know if he has. I don't know if he has. Trade.
He
value.
doesn't. He doesn't. I told you guys, man. He's gonna be on the bubble again. He's 100% gonna be on the bubble, and I don't know if he makes a team. Like, this is the year. Like, I think the Bills would be comfortable cutting him if they had. Like, where wouldn't it be like, oh, how could you dare cut DeMar Hamlin? Like, it's past that part now. But we'll see. Maybe DeMar Hamlin proves himself and makes a team, but I don't know if he does, Mikey.
Why did they give Cole Bishop Elam's number? Elam actually moved to number 5 earlier this offseason, so it was open. They didn't actually give him Elam's number. Elam made the switch back in February, I think it was, to number 5. So it was just open, and that's why they gave it to him. Trade Hamlin for a water boy.
Right.
For the water boy.
Right.
That worked for me. I get all giddy about rookie press conferences. You know who was surprisingly looked good today too? Frank Gore Jr.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of him. His press conferences too.
Pretty smooth today too.
Yeah, nice guy, man. Just like his dad, man. Well mannered. Dad preached up. He does, man. He does
just like his dad.
But you figure, man. Yeah, I mean, you figured his dad. Growing up, he's a running back too. It's in his blood. It's in his DNA. But man, yeah.
The NFL pulled a fast one on us about the schedule change.
I know. What kind of crap was that? I'm thinking it was going to be yesterday.
We were going to talk schedule this week. Today.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about talking schedule today.
I know. There are some leaks, but I don't. It's too early. I don't buy it, Mikey. I don't buy it. A week early, there's no way a full schedule would be released that early.
A few people put it out on X today.
I don't buy it. I got the schedule leak last year, and I got it. I think I got it about 2 hours before it officially released. But that's because I had a good source. But that's no player right now is getting it a week in advance, bro. It's not. Trust me.
Yeah. Although that leak had the same Christmas Day game that you had heard rumblings about.
The Jets?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I heard somebody else came out with San Francisco. I'm just throwing that out there too. We'll see. But you're right. I did hear the Jets. I just
when,
can't.
and then I saw that, I was like, that's interesting.
It is. Hey, maybe that's a hell of a leak, but I don't think so, man. I just don't.
We'll know next week.
We will. Hey, listen, I'll get my source, and if it's correct, I'll be like, hey, I don't know where the hell you got his, but who knows?
It'll be interesting. They were supposed to release Thursday. Apparently Wednesday we'll know. Yeah. That's what Rich Eisen said. They said, originally the NFL Network said clear your schedule for Thursday. And then they came back and said, you can do whatever you want. Clear your schedule for next Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, okay. What are the expectations for Elam this year? To be CB3. That's my expectations for him. Make
the team.
I might not even make the team. Mine's to be the CB3. If Benford goes down or if Douglas goes down, step in and be solid. Put yourself in position to be able to start in 25 and 26.
Right.
That's your job. That's your expectation. If you can't do that, then we can't have you. We got to move on.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting though. What do you think of Elam?
I like the kid, man. I just feel like he's had a couple opportunities and he's blew them. Like he's really blown his opportunities he's had.
He played bad. I thought he played decent when he's.
I don't think so. I think he had moments, but I think overall, if you put it overall, I think I still don't think he's quite there. Like I would not feel comfortable with him in a full season at corner starting. You
know what's crazy?
Yeah.
I'll just give you a quick crazy one. He has more interceptions than Benford in like a third of the games.
I get it. I'm just saying, but he also probably has, if we, more penalty. He probably also has a lot more other bad stuff too compared to the other corners. I'm just throwing that out there as well. He also, I don't know. I see, it's weird with me, man. I see the good in Elam. I see the positive, but there's just, I feel like that's what the coach, I think that's what McDermott is playing tug of war right now with that. There's just a lot of negative and a lot of positive to Elam's game. And I feel like Elam is yet to figure out how to stop the holding, for one. Also, fit into McDermott's defense. He's still battling through that. Until he figures that part out, he's always going to struggle.
And that's what made it so weird that we drafted him, because he didn't fit the archetype of what McDermott likes.
Right. Exactly.
It was just so odd. I think put him in a Wink Martindale. You put him in a Wink Martindale system or the Baltimore system, he plays really well because they all get physical and hold and they get away with that shit. But maybe
McDermott, because he's so good at, with younger players on defense, thought he can maybe, hey, I could work with this guy. I can get him to be this style, work in our defense. McDermott mostly, he does a good job with younger corners and safeties, but maybe just Elam, he hasn't cracked that code yet. You know what I mean? He's still trying to get Elam right. And I don't know. But listen, the good news is he's a rookie. It is what it is. Not a rookie anymore, but he's still young, like you said. And he's on a rookie deal. So it's not like we're overpaying for this guy and, we can't get out of his contract. He's a rookie. Listen, it is what it is. You don't work out, there's plenty of first round busts that don't work out. But
he would be the first in Bean's era, though.
It would be. This is his last. This to me is his last chance, last opportunity for Elam, in my opinion.
For Buffalo, right?
For Buffalo, yeah, for Buffalo.
He's young enough to catch on somewhere else.
Yeah.
So, how about Coleman wearing 0? He went back to his Michigan State number.
Agent number 0. I like it.
Yeah. I thought it was cool.
I'm gonna get me a jersey for sure. I'm definitely getting a Coleman jersey.
Coleman, it's next Wednesday. Is the release day. As of now, that's saying they don't change it on us again. When in the red zone, Elam's press coverage is amazing. It is. When they let him press, he's really good. when they ask him to play off, he tends to put his hands on guys because he's so used to press coverage. Because that's all he ever did until he came into the league, and now he's trying to learn zone. You know, he's so used to getting his hands on guys. Like last year, you know, he came out right away when Benford got hurt. He got called for PI. The very next play, he picked off the pass, and then he played really well the rest of that game. Didn't have any more of those penalties, and then he went back to the bench, and you really didn't see him again until later on. So,
and then he was hurt supposedly. I know saying he was battling through something. So, I mean, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Like I said, I haven't seen anything that I guess I haven't seen that step forward from him. You know what I mean? Like I always talk about rookies, you know, first year, second year guys making that big step forward. And I just haven't seen a big enough step. I mean, I haven't really even seen a step forward. Like he's just, I don't know if he took a step back, but he hasn't really taken any kind of step forward to make me go, hey, this guy could be
on the field
the guy.
To take a step forward either.
That's what. Well, that could be true. That could be true. But I'm just saying, you know, like AJ Epinesa, I always point him out because I always felt like AJ Epinesa every year took baby steps, and then last year he finally took the big step forward that he
started making those clutch plays that
he started making big time play, right? Yeah. And that to me is when I go, oh, okay, here we go. And we're still, by the way, waiting on Gregory Rousseau to make that big step. Like Gregory Rousseau is another example. He's made steps. There just hasn't been a splash, big step forward year that we're like, here we go. Here we go.
And we're hoping that's this
We're hoping it.
Very much
we
like
are.
Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver, everyone's saying he was a bust. He was a bust. And then he blew up.
Exactly. Look what he did. Exactly. Got paid and he
outplayed his contract.
Outplayed his contract. So, yes. So guys can do that. So Elam has to, this is it. And he trusts me when I tell you, he will get time, at least in preseason, to prove something that he can be that, or at least a freaking, third corner, where they're not worried going into the season that he's still struggling,
We'll find out come training camp,
Yeah.
And then they will find out in training camp.
Absolutely. That too. That you're right. Absolutely.
If he's going to be able to be that, if he's going to be able to actually step up, because he does have the athleticism, as Dan talks about here. He does have the athleticism to be a shutdown guy if he would just figure out, the defense and stop holding him. He has all the traits to do that. I like Benford. Benford's just solid. Benford's also hurt every year.
Yeah, that's true too.
So we need that CB3 because Benford goes down every year for multiple games. He misses multiple games.
He does. Yeah.
It's the way he plays.
Yeah.
And then when you have Taylor Rapp friendly firing people, doesn't help.
Right.
Which is why you don't like Taylor Rapp as much as others.
He's just a little, I like his physicality, but I think he's like, as a starting safety, he worries me a little bit because he's I think he's a little aggressive at times, and I think it cost them certain plays. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he definitely, and I felt like he didn't read the plays all the time. Like obviously Jordan Poyer, you know what I mean? Like I felt like sometimes he got a little bit lost back there, but it was his first year with us, first year on the defense. So we'll see what happens. But hey, you know what? I will say this on the Dolphins play to seal the game. Rapp was there.
Yeah. I thought Rapp got better as the season went.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Yeah.
I would love to see Bishop take his spot. Honestly, I would. Yeah. And have Rapp be that that dime linebacker.
I gotta see Bishop and Pat. Like I gotta maybe go back and look at. He just looks small to me. I gotta look though. I gotta look at him. I gotta look to. He just looks like a smaller safety. I could be wrong. I gotta look at his height and weight, but he just looks. Maybe because I'm looking at his. How he looks.
Look at him next.
But he just doesn't look big. He does.
He's
could be wrong.
He was actually one of the bigger safeties.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
He's actually.
I never really dialed into the stat, his the height and weight and all that, but we'll see. But I know he plays physical as well, so we'll see.
Yeah, I'm trying to find them for you. So you want to hit the this one 0 chance Stephen Gilmore retires. I don't think he retires, but I don't think he comes back to Buffalo either.
No, he ain't come back to Buffalo, bro. We were just talking about like former players, by the way. They like certain guys that left here, guys, like got either traded or cut. Most of those guys kind of left on a bad note or a little sour, like a little sour. Like that guy ain't coming back. Like Zay Jones wasn't coming back. Like, and I don't even know if I'd want those guys back. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying Stefon Gilmore's bad and they wouldn't help the team, but just, we're trying to go young right now. I'm just saying, like, I don't think we need a Stefon Gilmore right now. Like,
why would he come in to be a backup at CB3? That makes 0 sense.
Yeah, we're good.
6'2", 206.
6'2", 206. Yeah, that's yeah.
Runs 4.4, 4.45.
Yeah, I know he's fast. I already knew his 40 speed, but 40 time. So 6'2", 2. What is Rap?
Quick.
What was Rap? What's Rap?
Let me see. Give me 1 second. Taylor Rapp.
Because he might be about the same. Because I know he playing linebacker or playing in the box. He has to be a bigger safety as well, or about
Taylor
that same
Rapp's
size,
6
right?
Foot.
6 foot.
What his size is? He's 6 foot 208. 2 inches shorter, 2 pounds heavier.
Yeah, so a little bit bigger in frame, like wider in frame. Okay.
Yeah,
but not by much. Yeah, that's damn close. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm excited. Zay Jones signed with the Cardinals, so everyone can put that to rest. Rapp was the free safety of the Super Bowl. Yeah, Taylor Rapp played. So Mike Edwards was also the free safety in the Super Bowl too.
Correct.
Started both of them, and they won.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling Edwards is going to be a surprise to a lot of people. Sean McDermott, like they wanted to draft him.
Yeah.
When he was coming out, and they couldn't get him. And then now we got him, and he has 2 Super Bowl rings. I have a feeling you're going to see a lot of Mike Edwards. And you might not see Cole Bishop to start. It might be Edwards and Rapp as Bishop works his way in.
Yeah. Yeah. McDermott too. He's how many rookies started, week one? It's I think it's less than a handful, bro. Osiris Torrance,
Ed Oliver,
Trey White,
Tremaine Edmonds,
Trey White,
Josh Allen. Like we have
Allen. Allen didn't start week one. He
came in at halftime.
But he didn't technically start week one. It was fucking Nate Peterman, and that was never their plan. By the way, it wasn't their plan, Mikey.
I know.
Am I right or am I wrong? It wasn't even their plan. Okay, so really,
the rookies. Benford started week one.
True.
Edmonds started week one. Oliver started week one.
Well,
Bruce
offensively,
week one.
Offensively, then how about let's say offensively on the offensive side of the ball? Osiris Torrance for sure.
Torrance, Knox. Might just be Torrance and Knox that started that in the. But we don't spend many draft picks on.
No, I know.
Offense.
I still don't think a lot of, but generally he doesn't play.
Because Brown didn't come in until week 5.
I'm trying. Yeah, you're right.
Gabe didn't start until year 3.
And then Devin didn't start till week 3.
Yeah,
he took over Frank Gore.
Yeah, James Cook didn't start until.
James
never started until year 2.
Second year. No, he was behind Devin Singletary
the whole time.
Correct.
Yeah, so, and Dalton didn't start last year.
No, he was tight end too.
So you normally see. Oh, Cody Ford started, but he really switched in and out.
Yeah, I don't.
He shared time, but technically he started. He got the first rep.
All right.
Well, if you're not going to give it to Josh Allen, you can't take it away from Cody Ford.
You're right. No, but Josh Allen he definitely was not supposed to start, and he didn't.
No,
and I don't think that was ever the plan. Like truly, like if we go back, it's crazy if we do go back. Like, do you think
Dawkins started at right?
You're right, Deion Dawkins. You're right. Yeah,
Dawkins. That's a good.
If you go back to 2018, let's say we had a reliable backup. Let's say, like hypothetically, Zay Jones did? Okay. Do you think Josh Allen, though, doesn't see 2018 if we had a reliable backup? Let's just say hypothetically.
Oh, hell no.
Like
they
right?
had
No,
every
right.
intention on sitting Josh for most of the year, if not the whole year.
Probably would have came in week 14, 15 or something. Right?
But you know what?
16.
That was a valuable learning experience for him that year.
Robert Foster.
Remember when everyone thought he was going to be it?
So brutal. Yeah, and he got cut year 2. Right before the start of year 2. Oh,
listen,
my God.
I love Dawson Knox, and if he was just more sure-handed, he would be an elite tight end. He makes the tough catches, but he always just drops the easy one. Makes no sense. But I love the
I gotta show you. Let me go to the chat. I gotta show you something.
Right?
He was so terrible. He was so bad, bro.
Yeah. No, they did not ban the tush push. That's still legal.
I don't. You know what? I don't think they should, bro.
I
don't see nothing wrong with
what the tush push looks like without Kelsey in the middle there.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be the same.
No, not that team. Yeah, you're right. He was absolutely. So I want to show you.
Period.
I do want to show something. There's somebody that has to clean something up here. Hold on. In case everyone, this guy here, and I like James Cook, but bro, you got to clean this up. Unacceptable. And of course we all remember, but I just want to refresh everyone's memory. I mean,
dropped one of those in 5 straight.
Bro, by the way, all these passes aren't even bullets. These are
layered passes.
These are
the hardest one he threw.
I mean, look at this one.
That's a layered ball.
What are you? Yeah, this one here is. What are you doing? I don't know. It's brutal, man. It's
you want to know what's crazy?
You can't have it.
He didn't drop a lot. He just dropped crucial ones.
All
easy touchdowns. All easy touchdowns.
Gimmies. There were gimmies. There were just Josh couldn't have thrown a better ball on every single one of those passes. So James Cook has to have a better year catching the ball because he's not his drop percentage. He's not a terrible out of the backfield catching the ball, but man, last year he cost us points. Man, can't have that. I wanted to point something out. It's another topic, and we can get back to it if you want to. Sure.
But I heard something this week that caught my ear. Remember last offseason before the draft, we were talking about Cybo, Mr. Torrance, and I'm like, he's not an archetype. The Bills would never draft him, right?
Right.
They drafted him, and then we're like, look, he plugged and played him year 1. Our offensive line coach hated that pick, right? And he said, fine, I'll put him in the starting lineup to show you. And he just never made a mistake, and he kept the job because he never made the mistake. Our offensive line didn't even sign off on that. That was just a bean pick altogether. And Torrance just showed him he was wrong.
Right.
So maybe I'm not as crazy as I thought I was because I'm like, this just doesn't seem like a Buffalo Bills pick when they took him. I was excited they took him. I thought he was the best guard in the class. He just wasn't that archetype, but I'm really wondering what Van Granger is going to do this season.
Me too. He's another interesting.
Is he gonna steal the starting job from McGovern?
It would really listen. It would. I think it would be if he does. That is good. That's great news, guys. Because McGovern can go right back next to Deion Dawkins. I have no problem. I have zero problem with that. Nobody should even have an issue with that and say, "Oh, McGovern." No, bro. That's perfect. That would be great. Probably the best news going to week 1. If he could win that job and McGovern go back to next to Deion Dawkins, and then you have a reliable guy in depth in Edwards. I would have no problem with that. Zero problem with that. So we'll see.
I think Coleman's onto something here. I think Knox may have the C on his chest this year.
He deserves it. I think he does. He's been there.
He is a locker room guy. I think on
Absolutely.
offense, I really honestly think on offense, I think it's going to be Josh. I think it's going to be Dion, and I think it's going to be Knox.
Dion has to get it, in my opinion. And I told you that was the one thing I feel like going into this season, losing Mitch Morse, who was the captain, who was the leader.
Yeah,
it's time for Dion Dawkins, who's now the longest, to be that. He's the veteran. He's the guy he is the guy. Like, you are the guy now. You've been there for a long time. It's time for you to be that guy. And I feel like he should be captain and take that Mitch Morse role of being the leader on the offensive line. Because Morse did that so great, awesome when he was here, right? He took that Dion Dawkins, but Dion Dawkins should have learned at least a lot of experience through Mitch Morse while Mitch Morse was here to be able to take that responsibility, being a captain, being the leader on the offensive line.
Who do you think is going to be the defense captains?
God, I know Vaughn was last year, and I don't even hate it if he is again. I'll be honest with you. I don't hate it if he is again, because he is a leader. No matter whatever happens off field, whatever. I still feel like he's the vet. He's the guy that's going to be. He's the future Hall of Famer. Yeah, he's the guy that could help these young guys out. The lead, even if he's not playing the Von Miller football, we know he still can be that guy in the locker room, like to pick up the young guys. So yeah, absolutely, Von Miller should be.
I think it's going to be captain. Bernard. I think Bernard's going to get it.
I think Miller. Yeah, I mean he could, but
I think Vaughn will still have one. But usually you have 2 to 3 on each side of the ball.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Milano's also a guy,
but he's not really the rah type of guy.
No, but
I think Milano might have the locker room captain. He'll be a locker room leader. I don't know if he'll be a captain on the field.
Yeah, I could buy that.
Bernard seems like the type of guy who would be the captain on the field.
You might be right on that. Yeah, younger guy, but year 2, right? For year 3.
Mm-hmm.
Year 3 for him, correct? I think it is year 3.
It's
rookie year, he didn't play much. Yeah, year 3. So yeah. I mean, he has to, obviously take that role. If he wants it, I'm sure.
Who's your special teams captain now? Now that Saran is gone and Matakavich is gone, who's that special teams captain?
I got to see how it lines up. I got to see.
Can I give you a sneaky one?
Yeah, go for it.
Reed Ferguson.
Been on the team a long fucking time, man.
And he plays on most of the special teams.
Right. That's what he does. Right. Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Just to throw that out there. Wouldn't that a long snapper getting the captain?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be awesome.
Sure.
You think Hamlin's gonna be the captain on special teams? I don't know if Hamlin's gonna have a jersey on game day.
Right. I don't see it, guys.
Like
unless he makes special teams. Because he played good special teams last year. Unless they feel like his role's there, like he can play, because he did do well last year in special teams. I thought he brung it.
4 comes down to Lewis or Hamlin, because it's Rapp, it's Bishop, it's Edward. Yeah. There's one more safety spot available. It's either going to be Lewis or it's going to be Hamlin.
Yeah.
Lewis got the game day jerseys last year. Hamlin didn't.
He did.
Because of special teams. So I'll be interested to see if Hamlin even gets a jersey, gets a roster spot.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to say right now he's on the outside looking in. If we were to go into season right, like into camp today.
They named Ferguson captain, then cut him to stash play on another team. They don't have to do that anymore. They changed the rules. You can now put guys on the IR and designate them to return before the 53 set to take that away. You don't have to do that anymore. That happened this year. Yeah, he may not be wearing a Bills jersey come September. Although, wouldn't surprise me to see, Bean get a late round pick for him either. Someone wants depth safety. I mean, hell, Bean tends to get late round picks for nothing.
Yeah,
by trading guys away. So, we also drafted. Spin, you're right. He can also play nickel, but we also drafted a nickel and a punt returner, and Hardy.
Yep. I think he'll make the team. I think Hardy will be
our punt returner, and he's going to be the backup nickel. Is what I think's going to happen.
Yeah, I think so too.
Dude's electric returning the ball. Electric. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out as well.
Yeah, dude has some speed, man. Dude is lightning fast.
First day. What about Jarvis Landry getting a shot at the Jags, coming back from not playing last year? What's your take on Landry?
I didn't even realize he didn't play last year. Like, I'm surprised that, I'll be honest, I'm surprised the Bills didn't give him an opportunity last year, considering when we were in that funk, right? And that offensive funk that we just didn't bring a receiver up. But, yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, he's a good receiver. I just feel like he's getting up there in age and injuries as well. Kind of take a, So, but listen, at this point, man, if you're signing him on a cheap deal, it's worth the bringing. It's worth the try. I mean, we're bringing in Chase Claypool, right? Who's nothing to do with injuries, but he's more on the other side, which is like,
he's just younger.
Right.
I was surprised.
Character issue, right? He's more of the, and what happens is usually when the character issues, it messes with your game, right? And then that's what happened in Pittsburgh, and that's why it didn't work out in Chicago. And forget Miami. By the way, forget Miami. I don't even count this stay in Miami, right? Like, he was never going to get a real opportunity in Miami, right? So Chicago
season, it's tough to do anything.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't even count that. And they had a ton of weapons. Like, they weren't going to just Chase Claypool as the guy there. Like, that's not
the
how it was
interception that ended their season. They gave us the division. Was to Claypool.
But that wasn't his fault. That was a shit pass.
It was a half-ass route, dude. He rounded.
Yeah, but that was a shit pass too, though. That was a shit pass.
It was. But he also was a shit route run.
Yeah.
You can't round.
Maybe he knew he was coming here, and he was like, "Here, guy."
Here you go. Pick this off.
Yeah.
Although that was a costly interception for us because Rapp got hurt and we never saw him again.
I know. Yeah, he landed on the ball, like messed his ribs up or something like that.
Yeah, and we never saw him again, which sucked.
Yep.
We were just beat up down the stretch. It happened.
Absolutely, Sven's right. Like that. I'm. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll take because he's young. He has the upside. Like, he's still like a player, right? We've seen it. Like, if Landry was his same age, I'll be honest, I'd probably take Landry because Landry was a beast when he was younger in his career, but. Right now, on a cheap deal, young guy who still is, I still think he could be a really good receiver in this league. Chase, I definitely would take Mitch
with the size
and the height. Like, man, he's physical. Like, going back and watching his first year, I'm like, man, this guy. The only thing I will say, I just don't. Every time that dude catches a first down, and that's why he got caught up in Pittsburgh. He has to do some seller. Like, he's too much. It's about him. And I get he's a show off.
Juju and the sad part.
Oh my God, they were they were doing the video thing. But then they, I think he got way over his head. Like,
he's also the one that said, "I thought the NFL was gonna be harder. I'm undefeated," because they were like,
right
at the time.
Yeah, it just, bro. That's what happened. You're young.
Yeah.
You get caught up and you thinking you're the man, and Juju didn't help, right? You're with this other guy that's immature, right? And bro, you're with a coach who's the total
opposite. Like, that's the wrong coach. If you can't make it in Mike Tomlin's locker room, you're not going to make it in a lot of locker rooms.
No, dude. Like,
so
think about it. 2 years gone.
Yeah. I'm hoping
good years.
He's cleaned that up and he's matured, and he'll come in and we'll get the best version of him because he has the talent to be really good. The one, and before we get to Rob's comment, the one that I was surprised we haven't signed yet or hasn't signed anywhere is Michael Thomas. Talk about a guy who just kind of fell off of the map.
Weird, man.
Went
he was
from
a
one of the best receivers in football to not being seen for 2 years.
And then when he came back,
he was good until he got hurt again last year.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I remember seeing him on NFL Network. They're like, man, this guy is just like he was like
him and Olave. The Saints were gonna and Kamara. They were gonna light.
He didn't miss a beat. Yeah, he came back from and I'm like, damn. Okay, but then he got hurt again. Like that, there it is, so I think that's the thing on Michael Thomas, and maybe that's why the Bills are like, we're just gonna stay young. You know what I mean? We just don't got the time for a roster spot for a guy. But I will say this: let's say he doesn't get picked up, and let's say, injuries happen. All right, maybe there's a guy that then you go, hey, if you're still available and something happens, we just by the way, you never know. You could be a guy that's
okay with
us
bringing him in.
Absolutely, and by then you won't even have to play a lot of games.
I mean, I would be okay with us bringing him in after June 1 when we have a little bit more.
Sure, why not? Yeah,
see
what he has. You never know. See what he has in the tank. See what he can provide. He's a veteran. But man, we'll see. I don't think so, though. I think the receiving room right now is pretty full, especially if Chase Claypool works out. You got a lot of body. You got a lot of bodies there. Now you got a lot of bodies.
You're hoping.
No, I'm hoping. Exactly. I have no idea. Like I said, it's really his. Honestly, bro, Mikey, it boils down to his maturity. Where is he at in life right now? Brain, mental wise, is he mature enough to take the next step and say, all right, that's the old me. I'm fucking hard. Making. Yeah, I'm making this fucking team. I'm going to show him I want. Right. Can he be that guy? I don't know. Right. That's the question, right? That's the $1 million question. So if he can, then he'll make this fucking team. No doubt about it. If he can't, he will not make this team. Period. We don't want a head case in the locker room. We don't want that. It's not going to happen. We haven't had that. Listen, Stefon Diggs was the closest to that, and he wasn't that. Let's be real. He wasn't that outrageous, right? He just started to become a little bit more outspoken.
All his stuff in the offseason. He didn't do it in the season.
Exactly. Now, the Josh thing and him blowing up or whatever, maybe that was maybe that's why they got rid of him this offseason, because they maybe thought it could be happening. You know what I mean? Now that it's very possible now if we go into another season.
I think they got rid of him because they got offered a second-round pick for a 30-year-old receiver.
By the way, just a great fucking trade. I'm sorry. Say what you want. Yeah. But the Houston Texans.
He's gone because he was our alpha receiver. But we also got a second-round pick for a guy who I wouldn't – when you went back, Amari Cooper got a 5th.
Right.
And he's an alpha in Cleveland.
Absolutely. And we got a second round for a 30-year-old receiver who has fucking issues being on a team for longer than
2 years.
Right. So, and it proves the point where Houston bought his contract. Don't even want him there after this year. They're letting him walk. He's a loner, man.
Second round pick for that tells you
dude, guys. I get it. The Stefon Diggs was the man for a little bit here, but no, man. His time came up, man.
he wanted out. We let him out.
He wanted out. Yeah, that's it. We
let him out, and we got a second round pick for it.
I'm cool with the trade. Yeah, I'm good with it.
Me too. Do you think Kincaid will have over 1,000 yards receiving this year?
That is so tough, man. I was thinking that today, man. Mikey, I'm so torn on that, man. Because I know, listen,
he's option one. I really do. I think he's going to be option one.
Right. So here's my thing. I get it. I know everyone's saying that. It's not just you. It's our buddy Mario, hashtag. It's Dan Mitchell. It's this guy. Everybody's all
in the same.
No. I'm just being honest. I'm saying everybody. I'm saying all these at least the people that I've seen on Twitter, whatever, right? I don't know if I can go there yet. I don't I think he has the potential.
Who do you see?
Man,
you said you don't think Coleman's going to have but 400 yards.
No, I changed my mind. Remember, I told you I think he's going to be anywhere. I think he could be something where 650 to 8. That's where my range is.
So you were closer to me. Okay, I forgot you could come back with that.
Yeah, because I just feel listen, man. I feel like if we're going to see anything what we saw from last year when Joe Brady took over, I feel like the ball is going to be spread around a lot, and I don't think Dalton Kincaid's going to be this way have way more targets than Khalil Shakir, and you know what I mean. I just don't see that happening again. Where it's the Josh Allen, Stefon Diggs show again. And now it's the Josh Allen, Dalton Kincaid show. I could be wrong. And I'm not saying that he won't get 1,000. I just don't know if he's going to be he's our primary guy and that's it. He's going to. I don't know. I don't know that to be true. Like I don't
think
know
he's
yet.
Get 160 like Diggs did. I think he gets like 120. You know, I really do. I think he gets like 110, 120 of the targets. I think it's going to be spread out more this year, but I think he's going to be the guy who has the most targets.
So you still have okay. So I think they had I think Mario had Coleman not the number one receiver going. Who do you got the number one receiver going in? It can't be Kickoff. Kickoff's tight end. I get what you're saying.
No. From an actual wide receiver perspective,
wide receiver. Yeah, wide receiver.
I told you I thought it was going to be Coleman. It was going to be our number one. That's who I project as our number one. Going in, it's Shakir because he's the only one who's done anything on this team. But I think at the end of the year, from a target standpoint, I think Coleman's going to have the most wide receiver targets.
I don't think so. I don't. I think Shakir. This is Shakir's year.
Good.
Okay. I think Shakir is gonna be close to Dalton Kincaid. I think he is. I think he's gonna surprise. I think we're gonna use Shakir a lot more. The way Brandon Beane talked about him, the way they used him towards the end. He was our most targeted down the stretch, most receptions. I think he had the most touchdowns. Like there was a reason for that. He was the guy. He was playing at a high level. And
he had the most yards, he didn't have the most targets.
Okay, he had the most yards, touchdowns. I think he had touchdowns.
He had touchdowns
right?
and yards.
Okay.
Kincaid had targets.
Okay, so I just feel like no Diggs now going to this year, right? You got Curtis Samuel, you got a rookie in Keon Coleman. Shakir's been on this team now. What 3 years? I think it's his third season or fourth, third or fourth year. Third. Okay, I just feel like Shakir is going to probably go into the season as the number one. I feel like he's going to be up there
going in.
I do,
but at the end, you think he's going to win targets at the end?
Yes, I do. But I think Keon Coleman will be either first or second in touchdowns, and I'm leaning towards first because I feel like they're going to use him a lot in the red zone. I think between him and Chase Claypool, they're getting big for a reason, and I think they're going to use those guys to box out, to play physical on, and that's what we never did since we got Josh Allen. Huh?
Come on, Tommy. You know deep down,
no. But you know what? Matt Collins is going to probably make this team because he's a special teamer, and he's a big, and he might contribute a little bit on offense as well.
Wide receiver 5. I think.
Yeah. So, but that's how I see it, man. We just never played. I feel like Josh is even excited for this, having receivers that are physical, taller guys that he can go just chuck it up there and get it. You know what I mean? We just never had that in the red zone. Never. He's never even had that in general. Like we've never had that guy. Like 6'2" is Gabe Davis.
Now he has two of them. Him and Cole, or him and Claypool,
who are physical, who have great hands. Like Chase Cole has good hands, bro.
Yeah,
and has speed on top of it. So it's not like these are slow cement boot guys. Like, bro, Keon Coleman ran the fastest time, not the 40, but the
gauntlet.
Yes, the gauntlet. Bro, that guy was flying, catching everything. So like,
he plays faster than he runs.
Absolutely. So, but that's how I see it. But I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope Keon Coleman is the fucking man coming out year one. I just don't know if
he'll go in as the first. I think when it's all said and done, he has the most targets amongst. I hope
That'd be great.
I hope it's all within like 10 targets, and I hope Josh just spreads it out to everybody, and they all have like 8, 7, 8, 900 yards, and Josh throws for almost 5,000.
I really feel like it's going to like I feel like that's what Joe Brady has planned. Yes, I feel like every week you're not going to really know who's going to get the ball. Like who's the go-to guy? Yes, I feel like
find that week they're going to find someone, and that's who they're going to feed.
Yes, absolutely. Because like I said, man, I feel like this offense right now is built like our pieces they all specialize in something. Like they all do something really good. Like, you know what I mean? We never really had that before. We always had the kind of same running backs, right? The same fucking style running backs. Like Ray Davis brings a little different, bringing different to this running back room. He's physical, downhill runner. He's not like James Cook. They're two different backs. And that's another thing I like too. Like our offense is totally, everyone brings something unique to the table.
You know what offense that reminds you of? That LSU offense that he coordinated.
Yeah.
Every week it was a different person who, like Jefferson and Chase did most of the damage, but every week they picked someone new. Sometimes it was Moss, sometimes it was Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Like it was, Terrence Marshall had big days. Like everyone forgets about Terrence Marshall as the wide receiver 3 in that offense.
Yeah.
Who was the second round pick by the Panthers. So I could see us running an offense like that.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. It's gonna be fun.
It absolutely is. I just can't wait to see it. Like I can't wait to see what Joe Brady brings like week one. Like because we're not gonna see it in preseason. Like he's not gonna show you anything. But like I'm just so you know what I'm really excited for? Let's see the screen. Right? Can we?
Yeah, you
do
run
a
that
screen?
wide receiver screen with Coleman and Claypool out in front.
Hamler, if you make the squad.
Coleman and Claypool's gonna be
blocking. Oh my God, dude!
And
that's what I'm saying.
Samuel or Handler or Shakir,
yes,
and let them run behind those guys.
Yes.
Like
if we gotta, like I'm just hoping they get it right. Absolutely.
That like the block.
Yeah.
Say what you want about Claypool, the dude blocks too.
Oh, dude, yeah. Physical.
When he wants to.
When he wants to, right?
Here's one from Scott for you.
Yeah.
Here's one from Scott for you. What do you get when you mix Josh Allen and Coleman together? 17-0.
I like it. I like that. Did you come up with that or you found that somewhere, Scott Blakely? I like that. It's good. That's a good one.
Shakir 1,000 yards, Coleman 850 yards, Kincaid 700 yards, Samuel 600 yards shorter, 1,000 steps from the bench to the locker room. I will be really disappointed if Kincaid only ends up with 700 yards. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna tell you, Shakir cracks 1,000. You're talking about a guy that's about to get paid because that means he is trending. Remember when I talk about that step forward? That's a fucking. That's not a step forward. That's a fucking.
Listen, he drops 1,000 yards this year. He's getting an extension in the offseason.
Oh, dude, instantly.
Rob comes in and says, "Do you think our offense moves heavier towards heavier personnel groupings?" I think we run more 2 tight end sets than we have in the past, but I would say heavier, yes, because we have 2 freaking giants on the outside now that we haven't had before. So technically, weight wise, yes, we'll be heavier. But I think we're also going to run more 2 tight ends this year. We have the offseason to put them in. You know what I like the most about all of this? The optimism. We're just not running it back. We've made changes. What we have, as good as we were, didn't get us over the hump. And constantly doing the same thing over and over never worked. So the fact that they were willing, the fact that they were willing to accept that, clear it, get all those big money guys off the books, and start over, actually kind of excites me. Kind of reminds me of that 2020 season when we started changing things.
Right. Yeah.
2019, 2020.
I agree. And this, like I said, this isn't a case where we're searching for a quarterback or get a rookie quarterback. You know what I mean? Like it'd be different. Like you got yourself a solid quarterback, a top 5, top 3 quarterback, depending on who you ask, and Josh Allen, who's going to make his receivers better than what they probably are. Yeah. And that's the truth. Right. So, that's why I feel like we'll be okay. You know what I mean? Like I said, if we had any other quarterback, I might be a little worried, right? Like, but I feel fine, man. I feel like Joe Brady is going to get Josh Allen and this offense on track. I don't think we're going to, miss a beat, man. I think maybe the first 2 weeks, Mikey, it might be a little slow, maybe, right? Depending on, how they pick it up in the off season here. But I think by week 3, we'll be fine, But we'll find out. If they pick it up right away, we'll be all right.
I don't disagree. I think we're gonna miss Diggs the player. I don't know how much they're gonna miss Diggs the locker room guy.
Yeah, or the off-season guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
Maybe it's not the locker room game. Maybe it's Diggs the offseason guys who they're not gonna miss.
right.
You know,
Because bro, how fucking how annoying.
Target monster. We no longer have the target monster on our team.
You don't have the guy complaining that he's and you don't have to listen, players don't want to fucking have to answer for Stefon Diggs. Like Josh Allen doesn't have to like all these players, are you guys cool? You guys like, dude, because he brought he's making it a story. Like, trust me, guys, I'm totally fine with it. Once again, I thought his production was great while he was here, but I'm gonna tell you, they already gave his number up.
To a guy who may not make the team.
Right. So, when we look back, and all right, let me ask you a hypothetical too. Another hypothetical. Let's say we win the Super Bowl without Stefon Diggs. Will anyone really look back and say
the Super Bowl without Stefon?
No.
The first time the Bills win the Super Bowl will be without Stefon Diggs.
Will anybody look back and just say Stefon? Like, we even care?
Listen, after this,
nobody would care. Nobody won't care.
I don't think anyone cares now about. Like,
I don't. Well, there's some.
Stefon he had a monster seasons for 4 years. He wrote Bills record books. He was fantastic in that 4-year stretch. But it is what it is. It's a 4-year stretch.
I thought here's my opinion on him. I thought he came at the perfect time for Josh Allen's career. I thought Josh Allen needed that guy, and I thought they clicked very well, and it was good for Josh Allen to have that guy, to trust that he's going to catch his passes. Stefon Diggs was a team guy, right? He cared, like you saw as he rode with Josh Allen.
He went from a wide receiver that had the potential to a superstar with Josh Allen.
Right. Yes, but he also was a good team. He was. Him and Josh were tight. They took the loss. You know what I mean? They took the wins together, took the losses together. That faded away, and that was and then Josh Allen also grew as a quarterback, right? And he didn't need that guy anymore. And Stefon Diggs wasn't that guy anymore. Do you know who's that guy now? It's like Dawson Knox is still that guy. Where Josh is cool. He'll never change. That's just the way his personality is.
They're just super close.
Right. But Stefon Diggs, he, like you said, he's a 2-year guy on a team. And when he's not happy, he's going to make a problem with it. And it is what it is. Like you said, he put up great numbers. He broke Bills records. But like I said, when I look back at former Buffalo Bills players, he's not going to be on my list of all-time great. He's not mold. He's not. Yeah,
really,
I'm not going to look at it like that.
Numbers wise, he's a 4-year stretch. He was fantastic. He did things that a lot of people didn't do. However, at the end of the day, I look him in the same vein as I look at Stevie Johnson and Lee Evans and those guys who were here for 4 years and then gone.
But at least Stevie Johnson loved the team. He's still a part of the team. You know what I mean?
You take the first 3 years of Diggs, he did all that. It was the last year that soured a lot of people's view on.
No, but my point is when he left, Stevie Johnson is still.
He's still
Buffalo. He's still you know what I mean? He's still right.
Yeah.
Diggs will never be that guy. Diggs is never ever going to, I can't wait for years from now or whenever he does it. When he, because they all do, by the way, when they go on a podcast and they'd say what really went down. I can't wait for that interview. I cannot wait.
He's going to be on Tyreek Hill's podcast. Watch.
I can't, or Shay.
Yeah.
I can't wait because
I don't know. He might go on Club Shay because he won't be on Shady's because Shady loves Josh.
Right. But he's going to trust me.
Shady's still
going to come out.
Josh.
Yeah.
Those guys are still close today.
Right. For instance, Quentin Spain's not going to go on. Nobody gives a shit about what Quentin Spain has to say about the team. But Stefon Diggs is a great story, a guest to have, and he will eventually. There will be a story to be told in time. Yeah, Absolutely. And I may even go, hey, I agree somewhat with the guy. Like I may, because I kind of do in some sense. But
you agree with some of the things about rolling around the coaching staff.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. On how this team was managed.
Diggs not going on the wall. Yeah, no, he's not going. Definitely not going on the wall.
Fuck no. That's never even going to be talked about.
I like Scott's take here. It says Cassell's on.
Cost the owners $15 million too, or whatever. They
paid him $3 million more to go play somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah. And then he got paid more there to get out of his contract.
Right.
Which is nuts.
He ain't going on damn wall.
Yeah. Cassell is on record saying Diggs was the number one receiver on the Bills. He's not on any other team. Fast forward, he's not on the Texans. I'll be interested to see how the Texans use Diggs.
Yeah, me too.
How does he fit in? And was that a smart move, bringing in a target monster like Diggs to a young guy like Stroud? Hopefully, he goes back to the year 1-2 wide receiver he was for the Bills for CJ Stroud. Because I like CJ. I think he's a really good quarterback. If he gets pigeoned into what he had to do at the end, like Diggs is getting pissed because he's not getting the ball and they're losing, that's gonna be bad for CJ.
CJ Stroud, if he can stay healthy through his career, is gonna be a top 5, top 3. I'm telling you, that guy. What I saw from him last year was unbelievable.
But you know what? We also saw another guy who was freaking fantastic year 1 and then fell off a cliff. And New England.
Who's that?
Mac Jones was fantastic year 1.
He wasn't CJ Stroud fantastic. Big difference.
He also didn't have CJ Stroud weapons.
I get it, but they're way. You're talking about physical ability, like escaping the pocket, like making plays with his feet. Like they're two-way. I get what you're saying. I thought
judgment on CJ until after this year.
Okay. I thought Mac Jones was a system quarterback.
Me too. And he was great year 1.
That I don't know about great. I would say good. I think CJ Stroud was great. He got his team to the play. No, you're right. Mac Jones, I think, did get his team to the playoffs, right? Yeah. And we beat him, right? Was that the year 1? Okay. But did he get them or did their defense get them?
Well, you can say the same thing about CJ Stroud. That defense carried them for a while.
They did, but yeah.
CJ Stroud also got a ton of lucky bounces where interceptions didn't get caught.
And he got hurt, and then they won a few. I think they won a game or two, right? They got lucky. Yeah, I don't remember their backup was. Yeah. But I think they're. Yeah, I don't think he'll have a fall off like Mac Jones. Mac Jones.
No, I'm not saying he's going to fall off like Mac Jones. I'm just saying, well, let's pump the brakes on CJ Stroud until you see it.
You know what? You know where he has shades a little bit like a little bit to me like Deshaun Watson. Early on, like Deshaun Watson was a guy that can escape, physical, good. You know, could throw the ball, made circus type plays early in his career.
If he keeps his head on, he has a chance to be really good.
Exactly. That's where I see him developing. Like that's where I see like his play style. Like, and bro, listen, I don't like the guy, but he was awesome. Like, like for a while, until he wasn't. So
until we found out, his true self. He's like, yikes.
Right. And then Cleveland, like Cleveland does, decided to give him $250.
Yeah, that cryptic BS was I can't wait till Jerry Jones short changes Diggs and he wants to play in Dallas next year. It'll be interesting.
You know what? I forgot to ask him. We didn't touch base on this real quick. What? I know we've been on here. The Tom Brady roast. Did you watch it?
No.
Okay. I know you don't like him or whatever.
Tom Brady.
I get it. I go. But listen, I got to be honest with you. I don't either, but I don't hate the guy. I respect the guy. Listen, I don't.
What he's done.
I'm going to tell you, if anyone's here that didn't watch, that shit was fucking funny. I give him a lot of credit. That dude took.
Nikki Glazer's killed it.
Bro, everybody killed it except for Randy Moss was terrible. But I'm going to tell you who was funny as hell on there. Drew Bledsoe. Was funny as I'm telling Mikey, you got to watch it. It's funny. Now there was only one part. Yeah, bro, no, I thought Ben Affleck was funny. I thought Ben Affleck was good. They had Will Ferrell was the anchor man. He came out
I heard
funny
Jeff
as
Ross
shit.
Got scolded by Tom Brady.
Yeah, so there's rumors that he was joking. I thought he wasn't. So basically, I forget his name, but a comedian did go on the next day or a podcast and said, look, they did say the one thing, don't talk about the massage thing because Robert Kraft. And so to me, if they said that and then he said it and then he went, to me, that says he probably was saying, hey, like we agreed, you're not going to, because he looks at him like his father and he's an old man. Like but to me at the same time, bro, it's a roast. Like it should be no,
and Jeff Ross, Nikki Glazer, they're roast royalty. That's what they do.
But I will say, besides that though, Mikey, they fucking they hammered him with his wet wife. Like,
zero PC. There was no political correctness in it.
No, bro, I'm telling you, Mikey, it was great. Like they talked about Tom Brady's ex-wife so much, and about how she's getting screwed by like the karate guy, and she's still wearing white belt after like 3 years of lessons. It was like so many great jokes, dude. And he took it very good. Like honestly, like Peyton Manning was funny, but bro, you have to watch it. Like it is definitely worth a watch. I know you don't like Tom Brady, but if you like dark comedy, like that kind of comedy, you're not offended by, then you'll love it. You will love it. I thought it was hilarious.
I think it's part of what's wrong nowadays is everyone gets offended about everything.
I will say there was an awkward moment though in it that you're going to watch, which was between Belichick and Robert Kraft, and really? Kevin Hart told him to it was at the end. He's like, "Come on, let's do a shot. Like, I want you guys, come on, get a shot." And bro, Belichick was way over here, and Belichick did not want to. You could tell. They said the tension was like so tight. Like even prior
said that he's like the tension was so bad. He's like, I just had to leave.
They did not. You could tell they just did it just to do it. Like the shot, they do not they don't like each other.
It ended bad.
Something's wrong. Yeah, it ended bad. Yeah, but dude, you got to watch it. You will. You'll love it.
Gronk was getting dummy back.
Oh my god, the whole night, bro. The whole night. The whole night he was getting ripped, shredded. He took it too. They all did, bro. And Edelman was funny as shit too. Edelman was.
I hate him so
much,
much.
But he was funny, dude. I'm telling you, he did pretty. The only guy, like I said, that I was like, was Randy Moss. He was like whatever to me,
I don't look at Randy Moss as a comedian though.
Exactly. Like it wasn't his, But I didn't think Drew Bledsoe would be funny. Like who the fuck knew Drew Bledsoe had this personality? He was great.
I can't see Bledsoe having a personality.
Bro, it's so funny. He was great. I'm telling you.
All right, I'll have to check it out. I will have to check it out this weekend.
I'm glad I brought it up, man, because I want you to watch it.
I wouldn't have watched it otherwise.
Yeah, it was great, bro.
So, did you hear in Raiders camp that O'Connell got first snaps over Minshew? Minshew didn't even take the first snap.
Wow, surprising. That is surprising. That might not last long though. Minshew's a hell of a quarterback, bro. Now he's a backup, but he can also serve as a if you're waiting to get like a rookie or something, like, you know what I mean?
So somebody said, "Don't Gronk, Kevin Hart's next to you. It's not your shadow." That's jacked up. Oh, okay. Randy Moss had the class. He was more class than everyone else on the roast.
He just didn't want, like, he didn't get raunchy. You know what I mean? He was just whatever. But that's not. You can tell he's not his style. Yeah. But he was a good trooper, and he went there. But it just wasn't his thing.
Was Peyton Manning?
I thought Peyton Manning was good. Yeah, I thought Peyton Manning was good.
I thought him being.
He was pretty. You know why? I knew he was going to be funny, because if you ever go back and watch the SNL when he was a host,
he's great with SNL.
I thought, dude, like it wasn't like he like pushed the kid or like. He was funny. He liked too.
Was it classy funny, or was it like?
No, he was a little. I mean, he wasn't like the others where he was over like really like, oh, but
I can't see him doing that to his image.
No, but he was a little. He definitely took shots. You know what I mean? Okay. But I thought it was good.
It's funny that Peyton Manning's the one taking shots at Tom Brady. Like, really?
Yeah.
Really? Really, Peyton? You're the one
Well, they
taking
have
shots?
to. Yeah, they all did. It was so funny, man.
Okay.
Yeah, Ross came out with the OJ like bloody jersey.
Oh, he's always over the top, though. He really is. I'm not a fan of him, in general, but
Right.
he usually rips people, has the funniest jokes at roasts.
Aaron Hernandez got brung up a couple times.
So they really were, non-PC.
Yes.
Because of me. Belichick took shots at him saying it was both of us, but really it was me.
Oh, yes.
And Tom came back, like, how many of us have them without each other?
Dude, I'm telling you, Mikey, watch it this weekend.
Did Brady hit him back? All of them?
Yeah, he did, bro. Brady, I'm telling you, like, I respect that dude. Like that dude,
a lot funnier.
Yes, man. Yes, I will. I can't hate the guy. Like, I don't know what it is, man. I thought he took it well.
He ruined my younger years. Fuck.
I get you, but we sucked ass. It didn't matter who was in that division.
So listening to him there, is he going to be a good announcer? Do you think he has the personality
I think
for it?
so. I do. Because honestly, I didn't know if Peyton Manning was going to be as funny as and Eli Manning. Eli Manning was kind of he kind of dull.
Eli went up there?
No, I'm saying personality wise, he's on the Manning cast.
Yeah,
I never saw like that side of Eli throughout his career. He was kind of he didn't say much.
Like Gronk.
But I thought I thought Peyton and Eli, man, they've done great in that in that side of the football. Like, and I think I think Tom Brady will definitely do good.
All right, let's see what happens then. I'll have to go watch it. Watch it this weekend.
I think you'll change your opinion a little bit on it. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time liking that guy.
I hear you.
I respect what he's done.
Yeah.
I'm having a really hard time liking that guy. Yeah, he
did show. Did you hear that? He did do. You heard about what he said? That was great. I laughed. I thought it was funny as shit. I think I sent it to you, right? That clip.
Yeah, you sent it to me. I was like, fuck.
I laughed. I thought it was good.
Buy a piece of the Raiders because he's tired of just owning the Colts and the Bills. Yeah, got it.
Bills Mafia. Why do we call each other Mafia? It's not like we have any rings to kiss.
Yeah,
that was funny. It's good.
Fuck him. And the horse he rode in on.
Truth hurts sometimes.
Not a Brady guy.
I hear you.
I do like that he shows love for Josh though.
He does, and he actually picked him. I think they have a good relationship. Like, as far as he respects Josh Allen. Josh Allen, like I said, man, I think he's a bro. That guy could probably. I think a team would still pick up Tom Brady to play. Like, he's an amazing.
What is it on? It's either
quarterback.
It's on one of
Netflix.
the streaming services.
Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah. I missed it the first night. I didn't even know it was on. I watched it the next day. By the way, Mikey, 3 hours.
It's a 3 hour thing. I don't know if I'm gonna donate 3 hours.
Watch it, bro. But it's not just it's people ripping on everyone. So it's, you know how roasts go. It's not like just
3 hours.
The Tom Brady fucking document.
It's like 90 minutes.
I had so I missed it, and Captain D was like, "Bro, did you watch roast?" I'm like, "Oh fuck, I forgot about it." So I was off Monday, and I'm like, "Holy shit, it's 3 hours!" I didn't think I was gonna get through it because I'm thinking like you two, like, who the fuck wants to sit there, fucking Tom Brady? But once it got going, bro, I was like 2 hours in, and I was like, "Oh, this shit's great." Trust me, it'll go by quick.
Right.
Yeah, you'll like.
I'll try.
Yeah.
I'll check it out this
Because
weekend.
you know what I was expecting when I saw 3 hours? I'm like, oh, they're gonna do some fucking video of how fucking great Tom Brady. Like put some time and no, there was no. It went right into it. So you'll be good.
I think the last one I saw was the roast of Justin Bieber on Comedy Central.
Right. They're usually on Comedy Central.
And
hour and a half.
They ripped Justin Bieber.
I love it. Dude, I love those. They're great. But they ripped him. Trust me, you're gonna watch. You're gonna see.
All right, people really think I'm gonna like it. All right, I'll watch it this weekend. I'll let you know next Friday about how it was.
All right, good. You let me know.
I will. All right, we've been on here 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Yeah.
Look what we do for Bill's Mafia, man. Are you guys smashing that like button and subscribe?
They're subscribing. I just don't know.
All right. Are you smashing that thumbs down yet or what? Been talking Tom Brady for the past 20 minutes.
I know. Isn't this a Bills show, dude? What are we talking Tom Brady for?
This is all season, dog.
We started with a clunky. We ended with a clunky.
Right, Mikey. All right. So, anyways, what do we got on tap next week? Listen, guys, I gotta say, I have no idea if my Tuesday wrestling is going to be on Tuesday or if my Wednesday Mafia talk is going to be on. Just hit the notification bell and you'll see if they're on. Me and Mikey will be back though, as always, on Friday night at 9:00. Yes. That won't change. We love you, Bill's Mafia. Yeah,
next Friday we'll be talking schedule.
Oh, the schedule, right? What? We hope, unless there's any surprises.
Oh, those jackasses.
So, guys, till next time, we love you. We're out of here. Bill's Mafia, you're the best. Go Bills. Peace.
Hell, I gotta go. He could go. Oh.